Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. Listen, I'm a little bit sad about what's happened today. Things in the world just seem to get worse and worse. And it's a little bit depressing for me. You might want to understand why I didn't do my show this morning. Normally I do my show. I'm a little bit depressed by the news of what's happening in the world right now. It just seems like things are going from bad to worse. So right now what we're going to do is we're just going to do a little bit of a reality check about what's transpired during this year. And, if you told me these things, the things I'm going to tell you right now, last year I would say, oh, impossible, it never happened. But a virus has come from China. And this virus has attacked the American population. Over 200,000 Americans from all walks of life are dead. Now the President of the United States and the First Lady of the United States have this potentially deadly virus. And still the virus is going through the population. Extremely contagious virus. And the world is barely managing to keep things functioning. And all of this has happened since the beginning of the year till now. This is the worst year I ever remember in my life. To be serious and honest with you guys about it, I do not remember a year like this. And now the situation has got to where it's... How can I put it to you guys? It's not good at all. We've lost so many jobs over the past number of months. I hear today in the news that Disney World alone is going to have to lay off 26,000 people in the upcoming weeks. The airline industry has been absolutely decimated. The hotel industry, absolutely decimated. We are in the middle right now of a collapse of the entire world's economy. The stimulus packages coming from the Federal Reserve and from the other central banks have been propping up the world's economy. And we're in a dire situation now at this point. It's almost like a person who's run into what they call a string of bad luck. Except this is the whole world we're talking about here. And the problems have all stemmed from this virus. We're in a critical situation now at this point. And, anybody that's out there is going to tell you, hey, we're going into an economic recovery, everything's great, everything's going to be just fine. They're sugarcoating it for you. We need some good things to start to happen. We need a break. We need a break here. This is what we need. We need a break. We need to catch a break. We need for some things to start going good for us. This year, ever since the beginning of this year till now, everything's turning sour. Everything. And, I don't have all the answers on my channel, but I can tell you guys that the situation now is going critical. I'm thinking to myself, hey, is it just this year that's this way? Is it going to be better next year? Are things going to start to pick back up next year, maybe? I'm hoping. Or are things going to continue to go downhill? Today I was out, and I had to be very careful, and it just feels bizarre. The world feels bizarre. I mean, we're having to wear a surgical mask wherever you go. I went out to get apples today. I have a place that I can go to get discounted apples. The apples that fell off the tree or whatever. They picked them up and put them in the bags and stuff. And they're good apples, and they'll last most of the winter. But I loaded my trunk of my car up full of them, and four bags of potatoes too, and a bag full of onions. And the reason why I'm putting these things away, more so than most years, is because I think that we're looking at possible shortages of fresh fruit and vegetables, shortages coming up of different products, things you might need. And so, it's time to do like the squirrels do, time to put things away like for winter, and I mean, this struck me hard today. What happened, and it's just added more fuel. It's like having another log put on an already out of control burning fire. I want things to change at this point now. I want the world, to catch a break and to start making a recovery rather than going deeper into this trench that we're in. How much worse can it get? Well, we have an overbloated stock market that could fall too on any bad news now at this point. Stimulus packages within the government are being debated. They don't know whether they want to go with 1.4 trillion. The Republican side doesn't want to go with anything more than 2 trillion, and the Democrats say they won't go with anything less than 2.2 trillion. So stimulus is basically locked up for now, while we got thousands and thousands of people here in North America who are finding it difficult to pay the rent, to pay off their mortgage, to even buy things like food and necessities. And it's no better in other countries around the world right now. We need to start catching a break. We need this virus to start going away. We need to start having things open back up rather than close. So, I'll tell you guys what. I'm going to try to do a show for you guys this weekend, as normal. I'm going to try to get over my little period where I'm feeling kind of sad about the things that are happening. And I'm going to try to be there for you guys on Monday morning with a market report, I think this afternoon I'm just going to kick my heels up on and watch some TV or something, and try to watch something on TV that'll improve my mood, maybe some comedies. I always liked Laurel and Hardy, and I can get them on YouTube. Just anything to try to improve my mood, because this whole situation that started at the start of this year till now, doing a reality check, it's enough to make anyone depressed. This has been a really hard year. And I know I'm not the only one. I know all of you guys out there in my audience, I know that you're feeling the pressure too. And I mean, it's no consolation. What I'm going to say next is no consolation for what we've been through this year so far. But probably 10, 15 years in the future, when the world does get better again from this horrible thing that we've went through, which has been traumatic. We have all been actually traumatized from this year. Every single person out there. And if you haven't been traumatized by this, then there's something wrong with you. And, people, I'm just going to say one more thing before I stop this show. People have different ways. Each and every person has a different way of handling the trauma of this situation that we went through this year. Some people, their way of handling it is to basically pretend like it's not there. It's not. The things are not happening. They disassociate themselves from the situation involved by denying that the situation is even happening. In other words, they kind of push it to one side and they just get on with life. And this is a coping strategy for a lot of people out there. And I'm not going to be upset with these people because this is part of a survival instinct. And this year is so blinking bad that perhaps that's a good thing that these people are out there and are able to disassociate themselves from the situation that gives them relief, because it's been a very traumatic year. And, anyway, it's time for me this weekend to just try to watch something funny on TV and try to take my mind off of this situation. And, that's a coping mechanism as well. To try to lighten up my humor. Thank you guys for listening to my show. I really appreciate all you guys out there that come on and watch my videos and everything, And I can be very opinionated at times, but that's just me. And I try to give you guys my opinion on everything, how I see it. Now, how you see it might be totally different, and you're welcome to your opinion, We'll catch you guys on Monday morning. You guys try to have a good weekend this weekend. And, anyway, bye, guys.